Welcome one, welcome all to the show for the people, by the people. It's your host, Mohammed, and welcome to Normal People. Today, I have a very interesting guest today. Aiden, please introduce yourself.
My name is Aiden Susky, and I am 19 years old.
This is Aiden Susky. We don't know much about him yet, but in just a few, we're going to take a dive into his life and see what makes it so interesting. So, Aiden, how are you today, first and foremost?
Feeling a little tired. Today was a long day of work. Just moving metal from one room to another, pretty much.
And we're going to ask you more about work in a few, but for now, we're just going to get, we're gonna get to know Aiden a little bit. So, you already told us your full name is Aiden and you're 19 years old, but where did you grow up at, and what did you enjoy doing when you were younger?
I grew up in kind of a small town, Southington, Connecticut. Pretty nice area. I was just part of a small neighborhood. It was a tight group of friends, all lived around each other, I guess. So we stayed pretty tight, and it was fun.
You said you grew up in Southington. Where do you live now? And do you like it more than Southington, or do you like where you live now more?
I live in New Britain, Connecticut right now. I'll be honest, I don't like it as much as Southington. First of all, it's like a lot farther away from my friends and honestly the whole area in which I grew up.
Oh, so all your friends are still down there?
Yeah, so it's just a longer drive. And the one thing that really irritates me is how close the houses are in New Britain. There's no privacy, no privacy.
And tell me about high school. What kind of student were you in high school?
I wasn't exactly the best student. I've never really been a school person.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, but when it comes to the trade, I was much different. I'm more of a hands-on learner, so
yeah,
I tend to get a little rebellious when it comes to academic work.
That's why I work in TV.
There you go.
And would you consider yourself to be more of an introvert or extrovert, and why?
Honestly, I'd probably say I'm more of a introvert. I don't really like
Talking
expressing.
to people.
Yeah. I don't really like expressing how I am or my personality to people. I feel like that's more of a thing that you kind of
have to earn.
Learn. Yeah, you learn it as you go, and the more you hang out with a person or see a person, the more you learn about them. So that's kind of how I like to go.
But let's get to what the people really want to know. What do you do for work, Aiden?
I do heating, ventilation, and air conditioning.
And for those of you at home that don't know what that is, we're going to roll the footage right now and give you a short clip. That looks really complicated, Aiden. Where were you and what are you doing there?
So basically, we got a call about a customer complaining about a gas smell in their basement. So I just went and checked it out. And as you can see in the video, I kind of leaned in towards where the gas is coming into the water heater itself, and I did notice a sense of smell. So I just changed it. I changed the flex hose.
And your file here says you're an HVAC apprentice. Can you walk me through the day of what that's like?
Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, as an apprentice, you're at the bottom of the ladder, so you kind of got to work your way up. And basically, my day consists of going to get parts for the licensed guys, doing the crappy work that I guess they don't want to
They
do.
don't wanna do.
Yeah, but everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah, that's very true. And how did your knowledge from school help you in your trade?
Not at all.
No.
It didn't help me at all. I mean, like I was saying before, cycling through a bunch of different teachers, it limits you, honestly. So I learned a lot more within the first 2 weeks of being in the trade than I did throughout my entire.
Being hands-on learning and stuff.
Yep.
And do you have any interesting story that took place on the job?
Yeah, I do actually. I was at this apartment complex in Southington, and on this boiler there was electrical conduit leaned up against the gas pipe, and there was some short, or there was electricity going through the conduit when there wasn't supposed to be, and it wasn't supposed to be leaning up, but it was actually eating away at the gas pipe. And when we got there, it looked like it had eaten through it about halfway. So if it continued, it would just pierce through the pipe and probably ignite all the
Big
gas.
explosion?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you seem very passionate when you talk about work. Do you love what you do, and what are your long-term goals for your future?
Yes, I absolutely love what I do. And in my opinion, it's not work if you enjoy what you're doing. So yeah, I'm happy with where I'm at, and I hope to progress even more over the next few years. I plan to eventually have my own business as well.
Well, Aiden, before we let you go, I just have one more question for you. We ask all our guests this. When you're 80 years old, what would matter to you the most?
Definitely the things that I didn't do throughout my life, or the things that I was too scared to do.
So making sure you live a life with no regrets.
Absolutely, absolutely.
There you have it, folks. This was Aiden Susky. This is the show for the people, by the people, normal people. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure as always. We'll see you next week. Good night.